What's up, family? Welcome back to the Stop Sinking Show, where we go from struggle to flow. Many times, my clearest thoughts come to me in a meditative state. Usually, it's right after a meditation session. I'm almost floating above what I normally call reality. It's a slight bit of healthy disassociation and distancing from the moment that allows me to see above it and through it instead of just being in it. And that state tends to bring its own form of wisdom and perspective that is harder to access when you are caught up in the moment. And so on my walk back home in this meditative state, I received some text messages from my friend who was complaining about something that in any other moment would just feel real. Usually I would address the complaints head on, directly respond to the specifics of the situation. But this time I had this thought that what he was complaining about is not real. Now, it may seem real to him, as real as something can seem, as real as what an experience makes us feel. But I had this knowing that it wasn't real, because it's like trying to trap the cosmos in a jar. It's not exactly that you can't. You may be able to capture some of the cosmos in the jar, the air, the particles, some elements of what make up the cosmos, but you couldn't say you captured the entirety of the cosmos. You can say you captured a jar's worth. And while you may be able to call that just as real as the cosmos, it's not exactly the entirety of it now, is it? You couldn't possibly capture the entire cosmos in a jar, could you? And so it's not that one is less real, but the other one is more real. And the more real it is, the less it can be encapsulated. It makes you wonder what is real. Because the fleeting emotion or a situation, as real as it may seem, often is and can be completely different in the next moment. What saddens you today can bring growth and joy tomorrow. And what cradles and nourishes you today can be the source of decay and destruction tomorrow. Which one of those is real? You can argue they both were in the moment, but that's exactly the point. How real is something when it is just real in the moment and not as real tomorrow? Makes you wonder what real even is. And what does it say about us to elevate this moment and use it to define all of reality? When the next moment follows and erases even the scent of what came before it, it would seem then what is real is more transcendent than this moment. What is real might be what carries over time, what persists, what outlasts. At least it feels more real than what is fleeting. It's interesting to me because I have the tendency to take any current moment and in this moment at least, try and paint it towards an expectation of the future that matches this current reality. What is currently a passing thought, a passing worry, a passing concern, cannot accurately be described as passing in the moment. You're in it. And so in the grand scheme, we tend to take what is now and use it to delineate future terms. But that's often a foolish endeavor because there is rarely enough information available now to paint an accurate map of what the unknown tomorrow may bring. And yet we do so constantly. And I think that happens because of our desperate need to grasp at what is real. And so we take the passing thought, a passing gesture, a passing circumstance, and desperately try to make it more real than it actually is. But what is real is always real. It's not time-bound. It doesn't change day to day. It is not passing. The essence of it is in every moment. It lasts and outlasts and persists in every moment. The thing that hit me in trying to figure out what is real or not is by looking at the things that transcend any of my ideas of what I thought was real. It's been over a year since my father passed. And the strangest part of the loss is me trying to make sense of the whole concept of mortality. It's to recognize and to see how it feels to lose the physical representation of something that completely outlasts it. He is not any less real to me today than he was a year ago. Even though I cannot touch him and blow him a kiss, I still feel his presence. I still feel his guidance. I still feel this immense love. All of that has transcended his existence. And most of my life, I never had his physical presence either. So the thing about him that was real when he was alive is just as real today. What exactly is real then? It begs the question, though, is what I am momentarily experiencing not real? And I would say it is as real as something can be in the moment. Like a visitor is real. Like a vacation is real. But you wouldn't call that your reality, would you? Your reality is what you go home to, what sustains past the temporary interruption. It's as if there's a hierarchy of reality, and what feels real now is lacking a depth of consciousness that lies above it. What is actually real is something above what is real right now. And if you had to actually recount what is actually real, the list would be so small that it would be easier to just say, nothing is real. All hardships, all associated feelings, all subsequent realities that come from it are subjugated to the harshness of the ephemeral. Almost all of them are temporary guests. And so you might as well treat them well while they visit, even the hardships, whether you were expecting their presence, whether you like them or not. For they do not remain in your home forever. They visit and then leave you with what is real. Nothing. I love you, family. Stay true always. I see you on the next show.